So let's start with this session of Crypto Talks Wednesdays. As usual, every Wednesday we are live. We are really glad for this talk. We are really proud of having honorable guests on our talk show so we can bring to you the latest and understand what's happening in the market. Today, I think everybody is kind of angry, or some of us are happy because the prices are down, but the majority of us are really very angry of the black or the red bloodbath that happened over the last few weeks, and especially in the last week. And I really urge you not to be that sad, because as we know, for the last 13 years now, or 14 years, we have seen this. We witnessed it especially in 2017 and 18, and it has rebounded. We are really at all-time high, but again, this is our wishful thinking. We are really here to try to educate you, try to raise awareness as much as we can to help you out in your decisions. We think that what's happening now with the global general situation, was it economical or from adoption or from Luna, and now we have another similar Luna experience also that happened over the week. Things are really, really crazy. So we will really try to enhance the experience and try to really give you an understanding more of what's really happening. So let me do a small introduction and take my first guest today with Bruno. And we have two guests today, so make sure to join us. We have Tammy Maggs, an artist and a creator of a metaverse, and also our guest from Niftify, Bruno Ver. He will be in under 1 minute. So we will skip the crypto fraud because I will come back that after our guest is on. I also have another course that has been opened, which is a series of 4 or 5 courses, if I'm not mistaken, about the NFT journey, metaverse, and creating your own NFT and trading and knowing more how things work. Was it from crypto, Bitcoin, and wallets? All of this is happening starting next week with I Have Learned Academy. So make sure to register or connect with us on our WhatsApp group and our social media. And I will be posting also the links in the chat. So let me take my guest quickly before he's on his way to the airport. So things has changed a little bit, and we have, this is how we operate, and then things change as we move. So let's welcome Bruno. Bruno, welcome to Crypto Talks Wednesdays. Welcome on board. How are you doing first?
Thank you so much, Rudy, for having me. It's an honor to be part of the show, and I'm doing very well. I'm sorry I'm traveling right now. I was supposed to have arrived already and to be comfortable in an airport lounge to do this, but unfortunately my flight got delayed, so we'll have to improvise a little bit. So I'll put on my AirPods, and I'm ready to give you all the answer that I think that I can give you.
No, thank you, and thank you for the efforts and being with us. I have my co-host that just joined us also. This is how we live. We live either on a plane or in some other offices or outside our work, especially with days. Really, what's happening? Bruno, I don't know if I lost you. Meanwhile,
nope, still here.
Still here. All right. So first, tell our audience who you are, and I'll go for the second question after that.
Awesome. So my name is Bruno Ver, not related to Roger, for those who are familiar with crypto. I've been in crypto since 2011, so I've seen some bull and bear markets in my life. I've been a VC for the past 6, 7, 8 years. I also am a public speaker, and I love to talk about crypto, Bitcoin, NFTs. I'm the founder of an NFT platform called Niftify. We have built basically a platform as a service solution. So if you want to drop your own NFTs into the market and you want to do it on your own website, then you can basically use our platform. So I think that's it in a nutshell. That's who I am. That's what I do. Yeah.
Tell us more about Niftify. I really would like to understand more. How can people, is it a B2B? Is it B2C? How can people tap to it? What's the idea of the platform? Why should we or should they, join the platform? What are they doing? What are you doing? What are the innovations you are bringing? I also know there's a lot of innovation that you are also bringing to the show.
Yeah, so Niftify is basically an NFT marketplace where we focus on the platform as a service solution. So we focus on creating mass adoption by, one, making it mega easy, and two, by allowing people to use credit cards. We also added custodial wallet because the average Joe doesn't really know how the MetaMask works or how a ledger works. So the easier way to store your NFTs. We also focus on mass adoption. Mass adoption will, in my eyes, happen once we go physical to digital. So once we get the fashion brands, once we get the retail brands, and I always use the example of IKEA. We all go to IKEA once in a while, and we all buy furniture once in a while. Now, when you go to IKEA, you get a ticket at the cash register, or you get an email. Now, if you lose that ticket or if you lose that email, the warranty of your product is basically gone. So there we come up with a solution which is basically the Niftify platform as a service, which we add to the current e-commerce website or checkout of companies like IKEA, fashion companies, for example. And then every item you buy online, your e-commerce experience will not change. But every item you buy online basically becomes an NFT, a physical to digital NFT. You get a proof in your custodial wallet, and when you have a problem with your item, you can lay back to your custodial wallet to solve the issue with your item. Next to that, you can also use it for the secondary market. So let's say you have bought a bunch of items and you want to sell them online in the future. Then you can basically sell them as NFTs, and you can have all the history of the items. That said, it's also very interesting for brands to have that in place, because thanks to the blockchain technology, they could basically map their secondary markets and then adjust their production. Today we have a saturation of production in the world. Brands are producing. They're burning items because they produce too much. Whereas if you can map your secondary market, then you can adjust your production to that. So basically what we have is a software solution, kind of a Shopify solution for brands to get their toes dipped into the water, to get their first steps into the metaverse, to get their first steps into the NFT world. And on top of that, we have our own marketplace. So if there is artists out there that want to try and do some drops of NFTs and they want to get their toes wet as well, they can also go to our platform and drop their own NFTs, create their landing page. And if you're a little bit more advanced as an artist, then you can even create your really personal website with our software solution. I think that's it in a nutshell, Rudy.
Yeah, I know. Thank you a lot. It's very interesting, the innovation that you are that's happening actually. And you are a person also that is jumping from one airplane to another, trying to preach about crypto or in specific and NFT in specific, of how it can be a utility for everybody. And as you mentioned in your IKEA example, I think that's the best example everybody can actually relate to, because that's the future of how I believe also in that that's the future of how things will be later. Was it Louis Vuitton or buying your next Nike or buying whatever product that you want to have your bill or your receipt is you can have it on a chain, available for any time if you want to have a better customer service if you lost it. So your tickets, your future, you're flying today, how would it be better experience if it was an NFT?
Could you repeat the question, Rudy?
you're flying today and then you bought a ticket with the traditional ways, it could have been much simpler, much beautiful experience having this as an NFT, holding it in your
It could
as a
be.
QR.
The advantage by putting it on the blockchain is that it's immutable. So basically, it would give much more security to people when they would buy tickets online as an NFT. And I give an example. For example, let's say you buy a ticket to fly somewhere, and you decide not to fly, or your flight is delayed. What happens a lot is that flights and rights of flights get lost because of delay, because of missing a flight. Now, if you would make flights and tickets of flights into the blockchain and as an NFT, you can add some perks into the smart contracting, which would be much more advanced than how it is today. Of course, today the aviation industry is a nice example, but I think the ticketing industry, like for example tickets for a football game or a concert, are much more of an example where NFTs could be used as tickets. For example, you buy a ticket to go to a game, FC Barcelona, Real Madrid, and you end up being sick. So you want to give your ticket away, or you want to resell your ticket. That today is not really legal. So if you would put that in the blockchain and add an NFT layer to that, then basically the person reselling the ticket would give the organizer the right to get a certain percentage on the resale of the ticket. So again, even for the organizer, it could be very interesting to adapt and to go to NFT tickets because the smart contract allows you to make many different choices on how to elaborate with the ticket and how the ticket can be used and what the advantages are of a ticket. Let's say I buy a flight with a certain airline as an NFT. I can have the access to the lounge. That's one thing we already know today. But then I could add more perks to it. I could have discounts with other airlines. I could have discounts with shops where I buy items or clothes. So there is many things we could add to the smart contract, and that's why the blockchain is so interesting for this industry.
Yeah, interesting. Before I tell you to give us a summary and last words, we have a quick question. Is Niftify expensive or it's a similar to other platforms, or going for the mass adoption, or you have it from Lama? Lama is asking this question.
Yeah, very good question from Lama. So expensive, when you on the Ethereum network, and expensive, the question has two ways. So there's one, is it expensive to mint NFTs? And secondly, is it expensive to have a profile on Niftify? So first, on the first question, you can mint NFTs on the Ethereum network, and we all know that the gas prices on Ethereum are pretty high. So when you sell a $50 item on the Ethereum network, you're going to spend $150, $200 in gas prices. And we don't want that to happen. So that's why we have also built Niftify on the Polygon network. So that allows you to basically mint for 5-10 cents. So it's very, very cheap to mint your own NFTs. Secondary, we have a freemium model, so you can have your own page, your own landing page on Niftify for free. And then once you grow, you basically go to a $24.99 a month platform fee. So those are the answers on your question. Is it expensive? Well, if you use the Polygon network, it's definitely not expensive. You can mint NFTs from 5 cents, 10 cents. And we also have lazy minting. So lazy minting means that you mint it before it gets sold, but we don't fully mint it yet. We only mint it once it gets sold. And then when it's sold, you basically pay the fee of the minting.
Interesting concept. Any last words, Bruno, before you travel?
Well, any last words? I would focus on the crypto market itself. So we all see that the crypto market, and not only the crypto market, but also the stock exchange, everything, all the markets are bleeding. There is a recession coming. And I would tell all people who got into crypto and who did some investments recently at a potentially higher price than we are today, don't panic. Just sit still, relax. If you have some money left, and this is not financial advice, very important, I would suggest you potentially buy a little bit more, because this is an opportunity for all of us. I think Bitcoin at 20K, 25K is still fairly low, knowing the potential Bitcoin has. I'm not only talking about Bitcoin, there is some others like Ethereum, for example. There is some great potential. Of course, you need to be patient. If you want to make quick money, it doesn't exist anyway. Quick money, making money takes time. Making good money takes time. You need to be patient. You need to do your own research, do some reading, whether it is the crypto market or the stock market. So, any last words? I would like to say to everyone: sit back, relax, don't panic, and fill your bags now that there is an opportunity to fill your bags, but not financial
Thank
advice.
you.
Very important.
Thank you, Bruno, and really thank you for coming with us on the talk show. And we're gonna be handling more on what's happening in the market now with Tay. Let me say hi to Tay and then release you directly. Hi, Tay. Yeah. Bruno, thank you again, and then we'll see you soon, and then we'll talk soon also in our course. We will be more organizing, and have a safe flight.
And I hope me traveling right now is not gonna hold you back to invite me again, because I love the show and I really look forward to be part again of the show.
Thank you. We will definitely.
Keep up the good work. Thank you, Rudy. Bye bye.
So, how are you, Tay? How was your week? Before I take Tammy, she's in the background sitting for the last half an hour. Thank you, Tammy. Let me just say hi to my co-host and check on him, and then we'll move on.
No, all is good, Rudy. Don't worry. Hello, Tammy. Hey, Bruno. Hello, everyone. And please go on. I'm still analyzing some on-chain data, so we have some interesting numbers to talk about as soon as you finish.
Yeah. So with that, let's welcome Tammy to the platform. Really a very interesting project, I guess. Tammy, welcome to Cryptotalks. Lovely to have you here, and thank you for coming. Thank you for your patience.
Second. Sorry. Yeah. Here we go. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Tammy, tell us first about yourself, and then we'll jump into the project that you are involved in.
Sure. Yeah. My name is Tammy Maggs. I am the CEO and co-founder of MetaClub LLC. And we just did our first drop, our first launch for MetaClub, and it is called Meta Women NFT 2, which is our first NFT collection. So we really plan on, we have a long-term vision for MetaClub, which is actually one of the buildings is behind us. It's a metaverse platform. And our mission is to help narrow the gender gap in Web3 careers. We want to onboard as many women as possible, really develop their Web2 skills, and help them pursue their dreams, and help them find their passion in a Web3 career.
Very interesting. So you're dropping NFTs, but we are talking about a MetaClub. Can you tell us a little bit more than what you just mentioned? Why NFTs? Why what's actually the MetaClub? You mentioned a little bit now. Yeah, just some more detail. Yeah.
Sure. So really, my background is corporate retail. So I worked my entire life in corporate retail. I was sales, marketing, finance. And in 2018, I was diagnosed with progressive disease and labeled disabled. And so, I was told that I was never going to work again. I spent my entire life in a leadership position. And so it's very hard to be told that you can no longer contribute to society when you spent your entire life in a leadership role. And so I wasn't going to accept that for an answer. So I needed to find a different way to contribute. And I came across the NFT world back last year. It was July of 21. And I knew instantly within, it would take me about a day to see the potential and the opportunities that were happening with the development of Web3. And so I dived right in. I knew that with my communication skill, my team building skills, my leadership skills, that I would be able to make impact. At the time, I didn't really know what I was going to do, but I knew that I was going to do something. The tech side, I was not familiar with, so I volunteered to be a moderator in a Discord. A Discord, for anybody that's not familiar with it, what a Discord is, Twitter is really the main hub for NFT launches. So if you're launching an NFT collection, Twitter is where the main launches happen and where the main communication is happening. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm approving with you. Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, that is really where the main interaction is happening. There's a lot of Twitter spaces, and the collections, they end up launching a Discord where most of the members end up going in and forming a separate kind of community base where they go in and they talk in there. So I ended up volunteering to become a manager or a moderator at a Discord, and I learned the tech aspect there. And then in January, I'm actually not an NFT artist. I met an artist and we formed a business. My wife and I and the artist were the founders of MetaClub. I knew that I could create a business and that I could onboard women and show them the possibilities and opportunities. So we decided to launch MetaClub. We formed an LLC in January, and we dropped our first launch in April. And the club is an educational, entertainment, wellness, vacation resort, basically made up of 6 islands in the metaverse. We offer workshops. We offer online classes. We offer a wellness center. We have 2 art galleries that hold 1,000 collections for our members to display and sell their artwork. We have a media center for musicians and audio, NFT, film artists, for them to display their NFTs. And we also provide them with experts in the field to teach them how to market and how to hold their own shows and galleries to show them how to be successful entrepreneurs in the Web3 world.
Amazing. I love the story. It has a nice background. I'm just gonna display the art in few seconds so people can relate to why really the woman in NFT thing is really amazing. So meanwhile, do you mind talking about the art itself? I'm really amazed by the art, the quality of the art, and of course the utilities with that I just mentioned. So tell us more a bit about the artist and why this art was in specific. And
So the artist, her name is Corinne. She's a co-founder. And she's actually a graduate of FIT in New York City, which is the Fashion Institute Technology of Design in New York City. Her passion has always been art and creativity, but she also has a passion in fashion design. She had already launched her first collection, was just a 50-piece one-on-one collection. And it was represented very futuristic, powerful women. And she knew that she wanted to represent what she thought women would look like in the metaverse, very powerful, strong women moving into Web3 and pursuing their dreams in the metaverse and in Web3 when it developed. And so when I saw her artwork, I connected with that, because to be told that you can't contribute anymore to society because you're disabled, and then to find this space and look back and say, no, you're not going to tell me that I can't, and to know that there are other women out there, stay-at-home moms, people that were, affected by the pandemic, women out there that are working 60 hours a week and not able to see their family. To know that I can create this club, bring them in and show them and provide them with the tools and resources to kind of give them the same opportunities that I provided myself, that was a powerful thing. So we teamed up forces to create this collection for them.
Very, very interesting. I'm really, really, I really connect to this art when I saw it the first time, and then I followed you with a couple of spaces also, and then we tried to connect with you. I know you were in hospital during that time. You were supposed to come on a show last month, but so I really wish you also a recovery, a great recovery, because you're still battling your illnesses, but in a very strong way. So I really wish you all the best in your journey, and then you're inspiring not just other women, you're inspiring yourself. I think you have a mission to continue every day. So that this is very, very good for you to be able to also contribute to the society. It doesn't have to be the usual contribution, it could be anything else, and you found your way into the world of NFTs.
Yeah, and our metaverse will actually be open end of Q2. We have 6 islands. The one behind us is our Meta Hub, and it's actually on City Center Island. And that is where our media center is. So that is where the musicians will have an entire section of, I guess I like to look at it as a vintage record store. So you'd walk in, it'd look like a vintage record store. You'd be able to walk up and touch an LP, and you'd be able to hear the audio clip and listen to the music and find out about the artist and the song, and then you'd be able to purchase it right from our media hub. So that's what that is. But the top 3 floors are for brands. So we will actually rent that space out to brands to come in and set up shop in there, and they'll be able to sell their product as well. So, we're very forward thinking. We know what's going to happen. We see it. We see the future, and we're there. We're ready to jump right in. So,
yeah. Thanks. Any last words before we start our normal format with Tay? How do they access? How will they? You said in the third quarter, if I'm not mistaken, or by the end of the year. How will they follow you? I just put the Twitter and then in the chat, Meta Woman NFT2. Any other links for you to join or to share?
So we're already minting right now. So the way you access our club, the club will be open in August. So just in a couple months. And the way that you access is you buy a Meta Women, which is extremely on sale right now with the price of ETH. So you go to our website. You can go to our Twitter account and go to our LinkedIn and go to our website, or you just go to our website, which is metawomenNFT.io. And you just mint right from the website, and you buy a Meta Women, and that is your membership or your access pass into the Meta Club right now.
Okay, great. And this is the link, guys. It's in the chat.
Yeah.
So make sure to join if you want to mint, if you want to join the club, if you want to empower also women in that space.
And we have several men as well.
Of course,
we do.
Yeah. So I just want to thank you again for your patience and for coming on the show, Tammy. I'm really honored. If you have any last words or recommendation before you jump to I'll jump with Tay again also.
Yeah, no, just, I agree with everything with what Bruno said. We believe 100% in the crypto market and with NFTs in the future. This is a dip. While it's a extreme dip, we believe in the future of this. I mean, we wouldn't be here creating a business if we didn't. And we see it as 1 ETH is 1 ETH, and everything is on sale right now.
Yeah,
not financial advice.
Yeah. Well, 2 months ago it was 50% discount. Now it's another 50% on the 50%
You're right.
discount. So let's see what happens next week, right?
That's
next
right.
All right. Thank you, Tammy. Here we go again. This is the art, and this is the website, live from the website. If you like the utility, if you like to connect, if you like to empower, here's your chance for you to be able to, grab on a discount some of the NFTs. Thank you, Tammy, again for coming in, and we'll see you very soon.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So with that, let's jump to Tay and welcome from all the way from Rome, all the way
from
from
Rome.
Rome,
بعدنا برome.
from Rome with love, right? Yeah, كيفنا؟
شو الأخبار؟
شو الأوضاع؟
مثل ما شايفين ملزقين على الشاشة عم يعني ما في كلام نوصف فيه الحالة مثل ما بيقولوا. It's a complete disaster. نحن تحت ال $1 trillion in a market cap, which is shocking صراحة, لأنه last week when we were together we were at $1.1 trillion market cap. دايما نحن بنطلع على total global market cap of crypto, مش بس على سعر البيتكوين. ال 24 hour volume كمان نزل بطريقة كتير كبيرة, صرنا على 129 مليون كل 24 ساعة. سوري, خليني كمان سكر شوي كل الجروبات المفتوحة. عنا BTC it did the unexpected and it dipped for $20,000. هلا BTC is trading at 21,429. إذا بدنا ناخد الويكلي يعني from last time when we were together, آخر مرة كنا سوا فيها, في تغيير 31% نزول. إثيريوم في خسارة تقريبا 40% من last week. إثيريوم وصل لل $1,000. البي ان بي اليوم الصبح كان $199. مقارنة مع بيتكوين وإثيريوم, بي ان بي حافظ على الفاليو تبعه -26%, بس still better than بيتكوين وإثيريوم. حنحكي ليش بعد شوي كمان. كاردانو كمان كان من البروجيكتس يلي قدرت تصمد بهيدا البلود باث, وبعدها على ال 0.5 0.6 0.7 22% درو داون من last week. سولانا نفس الشيء 25% درو داون, بولكادو 20%. ولكن اكثر تو كوينز يعني ما بيقولوا اكلوا خبيط هيدا الاسبوع كان بيتكوين وايثيريوم. خلينا نحكي شوي عن البوزيتيف نيوز. هلا the positive news we have is 48.6% from all the new issued coins عم يصير عليهم accumulation من شيء نحن بنقول له in the crypto markets the shrimps. مين هن الشريمبس؟ الشريمبس هن المحافظ يلي بتمتلك less than 1 بيتكوين او فيها المحفظة اقل من 1 بيتكوين. نحن بنقول عنها هيدي ريتسي او ريديس. فمحافظ الاريديس all the shrimps today عم يعملوا accumulation بشكل مخيف. فمن all time high اللي شفناه بنوفمبر 2021 we are seeing 96,000 bitcoins accumulated by shrimps. On the other spectrum, الحيتان or the whales wallets that have 10,000 bitcoins and more عم يعملوا كمان accumulation. وهيدا الاكيوميليشن خلينا نجيب النمبر المضبوط. عم نحكي يعني تقريبا 140,000 بيتكوين. So شو معناتها هيدا الشيء؟ معناتها the faith in Bitcoin and crypto markets in general is still there. Crabs and sharks يلي هن above 1 Bitcoin and less than 10,000 Bitcoin, هول المجموعات يلي اليوم is losing confidence and they are starting a بعد ما في sell off, ولكن they are too much underwater, يعني كتير الخسارة عندهم كتير عالية. شو صار معنا هيدا الأسبوع لحتى وصلنا لهالمراحل؟ في عنا مجموعة أخبار حنمرق فيها. إذا بدك رودي فينا نبلش with the first news today من سيلسيوس. سيلسيوس كان من المسببين بهيدي الكارثة اللي عم نشوفها اليوم, وأنا برأيي بعد ما بلشت حتى. So for everyone, even who's looking or who's watching and didn't understand what I said in Arabic, the Celsius catastrophe did not even start to put its shadow on the crypto market, specifically on Bitcoin and Ethereum. Why is that? Because those guys have been working in a way where they were taking very high risks in producing yield or interest. رودي أنا بعت لك صورة إذا فينا نطلعها. Yes, this picture. هيك سلسيوس عم يشتغل، بياخد البيتكوين، الاثيريوم، سولانا و11 ستيبل كوينز and 20 ديفاي كوينز من العالم، من institutions، من ريتيل انفسترز، وبحطهم ب هاي ريسك بروتوكولز مثل كومباوند، افا، ستيكد ايث، ميكر داو and other protocols. احد البروتوكولز يلي كان سلسيوس was putting money on كان اسمها لونا. So لونا UST عندهم اكسبوجر ب $500 مليون يلي انسحبوا من الافا بروتوكول. So هيدا الاكسبوجر يلي انسحب مش معروف قديش هن كان عندهم بعد اكثر، ان قدروا يسحبوا 500 مليون دولار او نص مليار دولار من البروتوكول، ولكن قديش بعد عندهم مصاري علقانه او 1 to 0 ما حدا بيعرف. القصه الثانيه كان في 120 مليون دولار نعمل لهم هاك ب بادج داو هاك، كمان هاي المصاري راحت. التوتال اسيتس اندر مانجمنت عم نحكي نحن تقريبا بايار 2022 كانت 11.8 بليون دولار. عندهم 1.7 مليون يوزر وعم يعطوا 18% yield or interest. So the numbers somehow do not add up. نحن بجون 10 في رسائل وفي شهود على هذا الكلام، طلعنا تحذير من الجروب اللي نحن فيه انه يا جماعه اللي عنده مصاري بسلسيوس يسحبهم. نهار الاحد وقعت الكارثه، وقفوا السحوبات. بعد ما وصلنا لنهايتها للكارثه، هلا كان في حدا عم يسال سلسيوس was I guess was bought today. اليوم سلسيوس وكلت فريق من المحاميين ليشوفوا كيف يحلوا هالازمه هاي. طالما نحن وصلنا لنقطه فيها محاميين معناتها في مشكله وما عم نقدر يصلح حل بالطريقه التقنيه. So how can we cover our asses today? This is a big worrying sign. I don't think it's solved yet. حتى لو اجت نكسس اشترت ولو شو ما صار، المصاري تبخرت. It shouldn't create panic in the markets, ولكن it should be a realistic call to action. انه يا جماعه ما حدا يوثق ب 18% وال20% وكل الستيكينج والاخبار يلي بنمرق فيها. ويمكن نحن كلبنانيه صار عندنا خبره بهذا الموضوع، خاصه بعد خبرتنا بالمصارف اللبنانيه وشو صار. سو بننتقل من سلسيوس رودي لثاني خبر بليز. مثل ما كنا عم نحكي بيتكوين وصل لمراحل 20,000. liquidation صارت بمليار و200 مليون دولار. عنا 265,000 trader got liquidated in this market. نحن ما شفنا البيتكوين على 20,800 دولار من 14/12/2020. عم نمرق ب analysts they are saying this is the darkest phase of the bear market. وهي فعليا يمكن تكون the darkest phase of the bear market. the low hanging fruit اليوم لنخلص من هيدي البير ماركت ونرجع تدريجيا نشوف confidence in Bitcoin and confidence in crypto in general هو عملية تطهير وتنظيف. عنا بعد شغلتين لازم يتنظفوا. أول واحدة حكينا عنها هي سلسيوس، ثاني شغلة هي مايكل سايلر. مايكل سايلر يلي مثل ما بيقولوا عطى الولعة للكريبتو ماركتس انه توصل لل 64,000 بخلال الهايب والبامبينج اللي كان عم يعملوا من شرائه كمايكرو استراتيجي انستتيوشن، ويحط ويقول للعالم اقلبوا كل مصرياتكم من الفيات حطوهم بيتكوين مثلنا. اليوم الزلمه خسران بالمليارات. هلا هو معود على هيدا الشيء وفي تهم بسابقه بالفساد وب تاكس فرود وغيرها من القصص. سو اليوم في تقريبا مثل يعني مايكل سايلر is a target. في مجموعة في حدا they want to liquidate this guy. They want that this guy loses his bet و يطلع عنده المارجن كول يلي اخذ عليه كمان $200 مليون قرض من سيلفر كيت بانك لا يحطه ككولاترال on his Bitcoin calls. هلا الناس اللي ما بتعرفوا انه هيدا الزلمه قادر يضل يحط مصاري بالبيتكوين ويحمي شركته من المارجن كول ليوصل سعر البيتكوين لل $1,500 تقنيا. يعني on chain market data this is somehow impossible. ما في شيء impossible in crypto، بس I don't think انه Bitcoin will reach $1,500 or they will make it reach $1,500 in order to just liquidate or just to call the margin calls on Michael Saylor. بس هيدا مثل ما بيقولوا the smokes that are popping everywhere and you hear it everywhere that you know Michael Saylor margin call, Michael Saylor margin call. In every crypto conversation there is those two words, Michael Saylor and the margin call. So yeah, will they break the internet for one guy? Definitely not. بس كمان you know will UST Luna go to zero? Yeah, إذا بتحكي معي من قبل شهرين ثلاثة بقول لك it's nearly impossible لأنه we don't know. We're good people, so we assume that other people are good and that they're running their business in a good way. فوقت تسمع انه لا دوكوان كان عم يسحب $2.8 billion من the pool of his money that's supposed to back up his crypto, then you start putting question marks on people's intentions. So it's all about the intention, it's all about how do you manage your risk, and it's all about you know كل هالمصاري اللي انت عملت لها فند ريزنج هل حتخليها وفعليا تصرفها بالطريقه الصحيحه والطريقه المضبوطه لتحمي المشروع تبعك وتحمي مصاري المستثمرين تبعولك، ولا لا بدك تصرفها على اشياء شخصيه، تروح تشتري شقه او تشتري عقارات ومدري شو. So this is my biggest lesson in this year is فينا نقول is to always doubt people's intentions and always believe, like always do not trust, verify. يمكن مرقنا بفترة نسينا هيدي الجملة الشهيرة من بيتكوين do not trust, verify. وهون بنجي بنحكي كمان عن كوين بيس يلي كانوا عم يصرفوا على سوبر بولز وعلى دعايات ومصروف طالع نازل. بالاخر كل هالملايين ومئات الملايين يلي انصرفت وين راحت؟ راحت على الدعايات، راحت على الاكسبنسز يلي اليوم السي او تبع كوين بيس عم يقول او سوري وي جرو تو فاست. حبيبي ما في سوري بي جرو تو فاست. عندك 20% من موظفينك مقلعون، عندك ناس بتعتمد على الفيزا بتضلها بامريكا على الشركه وعلى الاثكس يلي انت بنيتها. اليوم جاي عم تقول لهم او سوري لا نحن this is not acceptable لا منه ولا من كل البورتفوليو of companies that were firing people and weeks before عم يصرفوا ملايين على football sponsorships, على Formula 1 sponsorships, على Super Bowl sponsorships. This is not acceptable. Binance and CZ was perhaps he is one of the يمكن most controversial guys in crypto, ولكن today he was right. Why didn't we see Binance sponsoring Super Bowl? Yeah, you don't we think that they were approached to sponsor Super Bowl? Of course they were. But why didn't they reject it? لأنه عارفين the war chest that they have, they need it in such times, because in such times you can make wealth, you can build products, you can hire talent, and this is why today Binance is hiring 2,000 new people in the mid dark phases of a bear cycle. Next, please, Rudy. I think I have them here as well. خلصنا من النيجاتيف نيوز ومن النيجاتيف energy. Let's talk about something interesting that's happening. JPMorgan, one of the guys and one of the institutions يلي دايما كان مثل ما بيقولوا بحط بنقر الكريبتو ونقر البيتكوين وبيقول it's useless technology. اليوم عم يفكر كيف بيقدر يجيب trillion of dollars of tokenized assets into DeFi. This title هيدا يمكن بيستحق مثل ما بيقولوا يعني بانو ونحطه هيك فوق التخت عنا بدل صور باميلا أندرسون، لأنه this is the sign in a dark phase crypto market that we're going on, that these guys are understanding how to move forward. And they're moving forward with a tokenized, DeFi protocol. So not only that, they are going to use verifiable credentials, they're going to use identities, they're going to use decentralized identities in whitelisting wallets. وفهموا كيف يلعبوا a digital identity game in blockchain to reduce gas fees and to bring more resiliency and more openness to such innovations. So this was يعني شوي كان a glimpse of hope in last week, خاصة أنا جاي من JPMorgan, but it will take time. It's not going to happen in 24 hours. It's not going to happen next week even. But talking about it now is really important, and hopefully they can attract the right talent to do that. Finally, Rudy, if I'm not mistaken, we're going to talk about NFTs, NFT markets. They got really hit this week. We saw Bored Ape Yacht Club go down like by 17%, and I think the floor price went in the last 24 hours from 84 ETH to 73.43 ETH. حتى like even the volumes on OpenSea, they went like really down. The cheapest apes now that are trading on OpenSea are going around $92,000 وهن يعني they dropped 78% from their peak. So this is a big hit for the NFT markets. ولكن let's see how next week will close. نحن in the last 11 weeks عم نحكي 11 weeks in the past 11 weeks in crypto عنا 10 red candles were closing. So this has not happened before. Combined with macroeconomics, we're seeing what's happening in the US. Inflation is up, war in Ukraine. It's all a disaster. But the major thing now to wait and see whether it will recover good or not هي قصة Celsius. Celsius كمان they raised $780 million in a Series B, if I'm not mistaken, which valued them at multi-billion dollars. So أنا بتعجب كيف a company in that size gets like insolvent. Crypto.com امبارح كمان وقف السحوبات على اليورو، واللي بده يسحب يورو بده ينطر 5 ايام. ف نجي بخلاصة الحديث. كلامنا والمنهج اللي نحن بناخده in advising people use non-custodial wallets, be your own bank, don't trust, verify, write your seed phrases. والشغل يلي عم نشتغله نحن كفلوس in bringing a better user experience in non-custodial wallets was, yeah, I hate to say it, we were right. So we shouldn't. I agree with Tammy, and I agree with the host as well, that we shouldn't panic. But now we should always learn from our lessons and just trust ourselves. You want to use crypto, use a non-custodial wallet, put your own money in your own hands. واي حدا بيجي بيقول لك 18%, 20%, 15%، تذكر you know this is a scam. دغري حطها براسك, this is a scam. I won't fall into this trap. This was our news, Rudy, for this week. So we're back to you. اهم شيء نسيناه السول باوند توكنز. لانه last time حكينا عن soul bound tokens and we didn't touch on it. So sorry. soul bound tokens هو new proposal طلع من فيتاليك بوترين من اثيريوم، وحكى عن a new type of tokens that can exist in the market. soul bound tokens الاسم جاي من فيديو جيم. هيدي الفيديو جيم اسمها واو or World of Warcraft. اللي بيلعب World of Warcraft he knows what is soul bound or soul bound tokens. فكرة الsoul bound token is similar to an NFT ولكن it is non-transferable. معناتها أنا إذا معي soul bound token I cannot send it to someone else. I can receive it but I cannot send it. هلا شو واحد بيسأل طيب ليش أنا بدي يكون معي soul bound tokens? Who needs it? إذا أنت your intention is to share power evenly where the wealthy can easily buy voting rights from others, then you use soul bound tokens. And if there is a competition to get more power, then you use soul bound tokens. وين فينا نطبقهم هول اللي بيتطبقوا bases او number one into DAOs. Decentralized autonomous organizations, they aim to create an environmental community. So using soul-bound tokens, we can assign voting rights through an airdrop. وخلينا نقول هيدي اسمها soul drop, and you can like program the voting rights according to those tokens. فمثلا لنقول university بدها تعمل issuing for diplomas and they want to issue their diplomas on chain, then they can use soul bound tokens. ليه؟ لأنه ال NFT if you issue a degree as an NFT, you can sell that NFT, you can sell your degree. But if you issue it in a SPT or a soul bound token, then you cannot sell this soul bound token. كمان أنا هيدي بحبها اليوز كيس كتير in Web3 conferences. When we want to hire blockchain developers and when we want to verify their credentials, verify their work history, verify which workshop they attended, which conference they attended, then we can issue soul-bound tokens for them. So this way we can filter candidates حسب expertise وحسب conferences that they attended and the workshops that they attended. So this is a total new paradigm of decentralized societies. The question would be, okay, if you lost your soul-bound token, how would you recover them? Well, here I would say as well, you can use the Flus wallet to recover your soul-bound tokens. Hopefully, together with our technical team, we are looking at how can we use soulbound tokens in our Fuse technology. There is a way as well to add zero knowledge proofs, to add more privacy. But the availability of such technology, يعني قبل 2024 we can't see it happen.
يا انا امبارح كان حدا بده يبعث لي سول باوند، قلت له شكرا جدا لانه it was a nice politician photo. So I don't want to hold this in my wallet for eternity. I'm ready to drop my wallet. Great. So في شوية أسئلة to go back.
يلا.
كان ميشيل عم بيسأل برونو، بس I think is that a financial advice?
هلا شوف رودي، أنا I love Bruno, I love Tammy. بستغرب من الناس اللي بتقول okay this is not fine. طب ما تحكي إذا ما fine، ما تحكي من الأساس. If you're not confident in what you're saying and you're not like people say this to protect themselves legally مشان ما حدا يجي بعدين يقول له إيه أنت قلت لي إنه اشتري بيتكوين ونزلت البيتكوين و I want to sue you. If you don't stand behind what you're saying, don't say it from the first place. So yes, it's not a financial advice, but you know, just don't say it.
Yeah, crazy bloodbath. Indeed. نحن بوضع مش بس bloodbath. في شيء targeting 12 or 15k. ما بعرف قديش الانديكيتورز اليوم بتقول لك. That's I think we are in a market you don't know. يعني هلا بترجع تطلع
هلا نحن ما نشوف اليوم الكول على سلسيوس ليصير في توتال كاتاستروفي بسلسيوس يوصل سعر البيتكوين على 14,000. So if Bitcoin goes down to 14,000 margin call على سلسيوس بتصح و they can completely go bankrupt. التوكن تبع سلسيوس مثلا بساعة واحدة نزل من I don't know how much exactly it was, but it lost 70% of its value. It reached to 0.31 cent in 1 hour. رجع طلع على $1.1 بقلب النهار عمل 50% drop نزل صار 0.49. So volatility is very high. بغض النظر على البيتكوين لوين بده يوصل, it's here to stay. The utility of using it to send and receive money, this is never gonna go away. So that's why I don't care about the price. إذا هلا اليوم سعر البيتكوين دولار وأنا بدي أحول $1,000 بدي أروح أشتري 1000 وحدة بيتكوين. وصلوا على لبنان صرفتهم انتهينا. That's my use case for Bitcoin. You know, if Bitcoin is $100,000 and I need to send $1,000, okay, I'm gonna buy 0.0001 وقول على لبنان صرفها وانتهينا. That's the main utility. هلا بتيجي ناس تقول لك yeah, store of value, and of course إذا أنا ما عندي محل حط فيه المصاري وين بدي أحطهم؟ So it's logical to be a store of value.
The price of all-time high was around $6.9. هيدا بس عم نحكي
69 يمكن قصدهم بيتكوين 69,000. Yes.
Yeah. قصدهم بس that was 1 year ago, almost 1 year ago. True. من وقتها it's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 0. So عم بطلع على السكيل. Let me try to share it لأنه it's really interesting to see the downturn in terms of analytics. مع إنه analytics sometimes is not the best thing. بس and to see the downtrend اللي هن كانوا فيها. It's interesting. Here we go.
هذا سلسيوس. Yeah.
Like من downtrend over. This is 1 year scale.
Yeah.
So exactly 1 year ago until today نزول.
يعني هو حتى the founder of Celsius عليه كان شبهات على قصص قديمة. So تلاحظ انه الكريبتو سبيس الناس ما بتعمل correct due diligence على التيم قبل ما تحط مصرياتك بأي token مول due diligence مزبوط انا بمين عم مستثمر. and this is where كلمة انك تكون مستثمر غلط نستعملها بالكريبتو سبيس. انت participant، انت مشترك، انت منك مستثمر. لانه المستثمر بيعرف انه انا وقت احط استثمار بحط استثمار بناس، ما بحط استثمار ب برودكتس، افكار بتتغير، منتجات بتتغير، بس الناس اللي ما بتتغير. اذا انت عاطل طول عمرك، واذا انت منيح طول عمرك، ما حيجي نهار والماركت كونديشنز تغيرك. so this is it's good. I know it's a good lesson for everyone to know how to participate in this space.
Great. في سؤال من أمين بيقول سمع I heard about Bored Ape Tech Club TV series, but because the main character was stolen, they don't have actually the rights.
هلا everything like all these nice and shiny things هذا كله وقف. so اليوم keys, how can we survive, how can we bring users, how can we move forward and get out of this storm بأقل خسائر ممكن.
أنا مبسوط بشو صار بباينانس وسيزات كيف صرح عن موضوع إنه he's hiring وصرح كمان بanother tweet about the history of Bitcoin إنه نحن وقت كنا بأقل كنا ماشي الحال وكيف يعني I think it was he's trying to really support ecosystem بحد في عنا سؤال من هاني long time أول شغلة. Can you tell us please where did you get the data of Shrimp's wallets are accumulating other than BTC and ETH? And it is that CZ is super intelligent or he's part of manipulation the market since Chinese are ones who manipulate the crypto.
To manipulate the crypto market you need to be super intelligent كمان. So the guy is super intelligent whether he's manipulating or not manipulating. نحن حكينا عن CZ لانه هو كان يعني عطى بوينت مزبوطه بهيدي الماركت او بوضع الماركت اللي نحن فيه، انه انتم يا جماعه كنتوا عم تصرفوا يمين وشمال من 3 شهور لليوم ومن بدايه الاول تايم هاي لليوم، وما اخذتوا بعين الاعتبار انه يمكن يجي نهار ونفوت ببير ماركت. and you guys have the data and the insight more than Rudy and Tay and Hani. فما معقول انه باسبوعين تغير مره عم تعمل سبونسرشيب لفريق فوتبول، بعد اسبوعين عم تطير 20% من موظفينك. so culture wise this is not correct. as a company culture it's not correct. ethics wise it's not correct. هاي ال $200 مليون يلي انصرفت على السوبر بول كان مفروض الأحق فيها يكونوا الموظفين. وقت بدك انت يعني مثل ما بيقولوا تقطع برزق الناس او تخرب بيوت العالم، اول شيء تطلع حالك هل انا مثلا في خفف معاشي، هل انا في هيدي الديفيدنس اللي عم اخذها من الشركه وعملت IPO مدري شو في حتى ارجع استثمرها بالشركه. so anyway the data that we take and the data that we always talk about is coming from Glassnode. Glassnode is a freemium model عندهم free data analytics that you can look at. They have a good paid versions that you can or packages that you can look at. ما عندنا affiliation مع Glassnode، ما بيطلع لنا مصاري من Glassnode، لا بيعرفونا ولا بنعرفهم، بس they have a easy to read data platform.
Great. So with that, thank you Tay على الeffort وعلى الupdate. Hope يعني you have a safe, let's say, investment guys. Don't panic. Don't sell. I think that's أنا برأيي is the most
أكيد لأنه أنت يعني هي the point is when you sell you lose. طالما أنت you're holding the thing in your hand regardless if it's crypto or not crypto. If you hold it, it's in your hand, then you're not losing it. The moment that you let it go, this is the moment that you lost it.
Yeah. So with that, stay safe. That's our only advice for now. Good luck in your يعني هلا عم يشتري كمان good luck. أنا personally I won't be buying إلا ما تكون 19,000 ونزول. That's my strategy at least. We don't know if this is the right strategy. We don't know. هذا الحلو إنه قد إيه we analyze. We really don't know.
The right
With that,
strategy is to believe that crypto is here to stay, Bitcoin is here to stay,
أكيد.
and this is the future of money. So, you know, just relax. It's part of the journey. والأمور حلوة.
Have a great week, Tay. We'll see you next week.
Thank you, Rudy. See you next
نرجع
week.
نتحدث.
تصبح على
So هيدي نهاية الحلقة اليوم. Thank you for watching. Thank you for asking. Thank you تحضرتوا معنا. Hope it was beneficial. ما تنسوا تلحقوا البودكاست تبعنا. I will put هلا اللينك كمان على الشات. نحن موجودين على أبل، جوجل، أنغامي، سبوتيفاي وكل البلاتفورمز تبع البودكاست. Subscribe and like على اليوتيوب and share if you want to support us. With that, thank you وبنشوفكم next week.